Kristen here at the Biggs Museum of American Art. Welcome to our December virtual Biggs Kids. We're located on the 3rd floor of the Biggs Museum, and behind me we have this giant painting called The Delaware River in Winter. This painting was painted by an artist named Walter Elmer Schofield, and it was painted in 1920. So that's almost 100 years ago. And he painted in a style that's called impressionism. Impressionism is a style of painting where artists would go outside and they would paint scenes very quickly with a lot of different brush strokes and a lot of color. And we're gonna see that when we get a little bit closer to this painting. And they're gonna go outside and they're gonna try and capture real life scenes in this very quick manner. Now, this painter in particular was part of the Pennsylvania Impressionists. And what's really fun about the Pennsylvania Impressionists is that they were known for going out in the bitter cold and painting scenes when other artists just wouldn't go outside. And that's how we have this giant winter scene. So let's get a little bit closer to this painting and see what I mean when I talk about Impressionism painting having a lot of different brush strokes. So you see, as we get closer, that white snow isn't just white. There's browns, there's blues, there's yellows. And the river's full of just as many different colors and different strokes. This style of painting is called Impressionism. And yet, even though there's a whole bunch of different colors, and even these purple, blue, and red flowers, it still feels like a really, really cold winter scene here on the Delaware River. Now, your painting today is gonna be inspired by this painting and by winter. I know it hasn't snowed yet, but here's hoping. And your Biggs Kids project today is going to be to create your own snowy scene. Now, in a minute, we'll go downstairs to the studio to see how you create this scene. Welcome to the Biggs Studio. Today, in our big old bag of Biggs art, we're going to have sugar, a marker, a white crayon, and a piece of paper. Now, these are the tools we'll be using to make our own sparkling snowflake scene. If you have extra markers at home, feel free to use those as well to get all of these extra colors. Now, step number 1. On your white piece of paper, you're gonna take your white crayon and you're gonna draw little snowflakes. You can kind of see them glistening. You're gonna draw snow, you're gonna draw snowflakes on your white paper with your white crayon. Once that is done, you're gonna take your marker and you're just going to scribble over it. And you can make it look any way you want. There can be big spaces, you can make really tight spaces. If you have extra colors, you can use whatever color you want. Just because it's snowing doesn't mean that the sky's only gray. So you can add in as many colors as you want and fill up your scene. Once you have all of your colors, and however many colors you want, in whichever way you want, on your piece of paper, you're going to use water. Now, you can have your parents help you and they can fill up a little sprayer of water. You can use a sponge. You can really carefully run it under a sink if you want. you can use paper towels. But what you're going to do is you're going to just add water onto your piece of paper, and you're going to see all of these colors are going to blend. And you're going to really start being able to see all of your snowflakes. Now, the big difference between this one and my finished project is that my finished project has all of these little flakes in it that almost look like snow falling. We're gonna do that with our sugar packet. You can also use salt if you want as well. You're gonna open your sugar packet and you're going to sprinkle it onto your paper. And you can already see all of the different shapes happening. And that's gonna make our paper look like snow when it dries. Also, what's really fun about sugar is that once this dries, if you just leave it alone, the sugar is gonna stick to your paper. And it's actually gonna cause it to have a little bit of a sparkle, just like real snow. You can really see it over here. And that is how you make our December Bigs Kids. Thank you so much for joining us, and we'll see you next month.